All right, hey you guys. Welcome to the show. I'm a little bit late, but welcome to Noodle Free Mondays. I'm of course your guy Poppy Carl, the bad boy. And we tell stories today about crazy stuff we see going on out there in life. I'm surely going to hopefully have a couple of my guests come through, Mr. BAS, maybe Wabi the God, and maybe Bolo M Tautology, aka the Master Don. And we just tell crazy stories about what's going on. My noodle of the week this week is KeKe Palmer and her baby daddy. So we'll analyze that situation, see what's noodleish about that, and see what's going on. Also, I always play some videos to get things going. Since it's a noodle show, I'm gonna play some of my comedy stuff from my little skip bags crew, and we're gonna go ahead with that. And I'm gonna silence this up, get up a video here, and get myself organized. We usually start talking about 8:45 to 9. It's probably gonna be 9 o'clock, 9ish. Pacific Standard Time. We start talking. That's midnight Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys for watching Noodle Free Monday. If you are watching, we do also do random interviews. So if you happen to want to come on the show and respond to the issue, you want to say something about it, I'll bring you up. If you're not doing nothing weird on camera or nothing like that, and we'll get your opinion on a topic if you hear a topic we're talking about. So thanks for watching again. I'm gonna go ahead and get this video going first here. I'm sure you hear my fan blowing down because I'm trying to get it a little cool before I get started. Because then I switch to a smaller fan for noise during the show. But right now, I don't know if I care what the sound like. You don't care what the sound like, son. You don't care, son. I'm silly. All right, let me get this up here. Stop goofballing off here. Stop acting like a goofball. Let's see here, son. Where's my stuff at, son? Where's it at, son? Where's the skip bag, son? There we go. Skip bags, baby. Oh wait, that's not the. You know why? Because I'm looking up the wrong thing. See, guys, you might make me mess up. I blame y'all for my improper choice of selection of computer keys. Hold you fully responsible. And let's see here. I gotta find my stuff, which apparently I got all my topics up, but they don't put my song up easy. That's very interesting. Y'all hating on that song? Y'all hating me? Give me Mr. C. Oh, where's me? Oh, God, they're making it so hard. Why don't they bring my damn page up? This is so stupid. Why aren't they bringing up my page? Just bringing up my topics, everything but the page. It's the dumbest thing. I just want to go to my stupid page. Ugh. Let's see, Enforcer, page. There we go. We'll try it like that. Can I get my little topic page in? It shows all my topics, but none of my actual, this is so corny, bro. Yeah, I think they might be trying to sabotage my stuff, bro. Let me go to filter. Let me go to channel. Can I get my channel up now at least? Thank you. Oh my God, this is so weird. Yo, they won't let me bring up my channel, bro. I don't know what that's about, man. I'm really getting upset here. Did I block myself? Did I block myself or something? What do you mean channel? This is corny. Uh, I can't find my own damn songs. This is weird. Huh. Very interesting. Huh. That is very. I am totally bamboozled. Why won't they let me find my Mr. CD Enforcer page? I am totally bamboozled. All right, wait. Okay, no, we got this is a serious issue, guys. I cannot find my own page for some reason. I'm like, I ain't do nothing on the damn page. There ain't no dirty music in there. I got all my songs that I got up on the internet, unless the me put having my digital stream and they like intentionally block my page. Here we go. Jesus Christ. This was just, oh my God, this was like the biggest deal. This is so stressful. This is so stressful. All right, I found it. Let me get Get the little comedy stuff up here. All right, y'all watching it. Y'all watching whatever it is.
Here we go. Keep the pace. This way. This way. Oh, we're gonna get that son of a bitch.
No ticket. Yes! I made it.
God! God! Where is it? There it is. Here it is. On the ground now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. This is the man. Right now. I need more Pokeballs. Pokeballs. God. I need more Pokeballs. Go. Son of a bitch. Go. Hey, man. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Ha! Here you third. I got it. Oh. This is some good shit.
Really good shit.
It's no surprise. The apocalypse is upon us. And let's be honest, shit's about to go down.
Having been trained by the likes of M. Bison and Sagat, who better to show you the skills and technique for survival than from someone who has lost it all.
At Brad's Apocalypse, you too will learn the ways of
the Siamese ninja bow, the Himalayan fucking jump, the Korean human sacrifice, the China ninja stone, and the most important skill of all, American wisdom.
So if you lack the physical strength to outstand Korean drones, zombies, even your neighborhood crackhead, join Brad's Apocalypse. Your life depends on it. Call 188-APOCALYPSE. It's an Arby's number, but they know me.
All right, perfect.
Oh shit! Yes! Yes! Hey, shit is definitely popping off now. This calls for a celebration. Random friend, order some pizza.
Wait a minute. You already told me order take like 2 hours, yo.
Yeah, man, you right. Au contraire, we can just get my white guy. What white guy? No. My white guy.
Hey guys. All right, what's the situation?
White guy. We need to get some pizzas over here, but we need it here in white people time.
No problem. How's it going? Yeah, we're gonna need 3 medium pizzas over here. If you can do that for us. Hey buddy, how you doing, man? Hey, hashtag White Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you think you get 3 pizzas over here for us? Hey man, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, 15 minutes and they're on the house.
White guy does it every time. Oh, wait. Tell me more.
1-800-WHITE-GUY assists in talking to white girls who don't date black guys yet, seating at restaurants, acquiring loans, buying condoms, run-ins with the police, moments of sympathy, hitchhiking, finding the remote, even the cure for AIDS. Just ask Charlie Sheen. That's right, 1-800-WHITE-GUY. White privilege for everyone. And he doesn't sleep. He runs off of pure white power.
All right, fellas, we need to get this pool dug out by 3 p.m., so no slacking like usual, you hear?
No prob, Rick. We're on it.
All right.
Hey, is it true that we're digging on an ancient burial ground?
Yeah, I think Brad's right. I think this is an ancient Tokioli tribe's ground.
Look, I don't care what we're digging. I would dig up my own grandmother if I got paid for it, you hear? We two get down there and dig. You know, I hate smoke. It's the absolute worst. Jesus Christ. How's it going, morons?
Going good, Rick. Thanks, man. Yeah. He's a nice dude. Yeah. Sky. Whoa, I found something. Oh. Whoa, like an old-ass pipe.
Whoa! Hey, there's still some green in there.
Do you think we should... Okay.
Ahoy there! You've awakened the great Genie Bunyan, and I'm here to grant you two 3 wishes.
A haunted genie?
It's awesome.
Now, isn't it crazy that I came through that pipe, through both your lungs, and now I'm filled?
Oh, dude, you got your mind blow juice on my
I'm
hat.
sorry.
I know, crazy, right? So what's your first wish, my masters?
This is you, man. This is you.
Okay. Genie, we're tired. We'd like a 10-minute break.
You shall have that, as you wish, my masters.
All right.
Are you kidding me? You wasted one of your wishes on a damn 10-minute break? Why didn't you ask for $1 billion? You would have never had to work again.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks for looking out, Rick. Man, you're smart.
I've granted your first wish. Now, what shall the second be?
Well, Genie, got some suds, and we're a little hungry. So for our second wish, we wish for a 6-inch, 12-inch meatball sub.
Nice save.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Your wish is my command.
Will you just shut the fuck up? You just wasted 2 wishes on complete bullshit.
Oh, you know what, Rick? Why don't you take a hit off of it, and then you can have 3 wishes of your own.
Oh, nice, man. Share it.
Are you idiots not even going to use your 3rd wish? You guys are dumber than I thought.
Oh my God, we had a whole nother wish. Dude, for always looking out for us, we wish that Rick never has to breathe in smoke again.
Your third wish.
Because you hate
No.
smoke, Rick.
I need smoke to make my own wishes.
I don't think it's working. Rick.
Peace,
Yeah, I don't
bitches.
think it works like that, Rick.
Rick, man, we gotta get back to work.
Yeah, it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we gotta get this pool done by 3, so we can't slack.
That's
Your
right.
own rules.
Yup.
And take your pants off, man. Stay a while.
Yeah, dude.
All right. It's the Skit Bags Fast 5 with my man JD, the Godson, sticking and moving with the Rock M&B on his shirt. So you ready for the Fast 5 questions, JD?
Let's do it.
That's what I'm talking about. So what's your personal style of comedy?
I'd say influence of improv.
I'm here with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump has very nicely agreed to do an interview with us radio folks today, even though this is a TV interview, and we're very happy to have him. Thank you very much, Mr. Trump. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
My first question has to do with Governor Chris Christie. What role would Chris Christie, now that he is head of your transition team, be in your administration?
Well, that's a very good question. I like Chris Christie very much. He's a very good friend of mine, and we're very close. We hang out a lot. And to be honest, I don't think Chris Christie is a politician. I don't think he's a very good one. I don't think he should be in politics. I should think he'd be a great chef. He'd be a wonderful chef. He actually looks like he should be on a front of a pizza box. Like
But
this.
he's in charge of your transition team.
Yes, he is, but I don't think he really should be. I mean, Mike Pence made that decision, not me. But if it was up to me, I'd put him on the front of a DiGiorno's pizza box, give him a mustache, like one of those big, silly Italian mustaches. And then when he comes into the White House, of course, there'd be a job for him somewhere, probably in the kitchen, in all honesty.
What if he wouldn't take that job in the kitchen?
I would forcibly give him the job. He would have no choice. We got him right here. Let's ask him. How would I employ you? Come here. Come here. How would I employ you? Chris, how would I employ you in the administration? He doesn't like being picked up, Chris Christie. He's very independent.
I think he is very independent.
Very independent.
Yes.
He is. I like him very much, though. He's very cute.
Can you tell us a little bit about the role that Mike Pence would play in your administration?
Of course, Mike Pence is a fabulous person. I like him very much. Obviously, I made him my vice president. Should I get into the White House? And I think Mike Pence will just do normal vice president things, hang around in the Oval Office, hang out with all the people that come through there, get coffees and teas for everyone, strudels, pastries, breakfast muffins, those sort of things. I don't know if he knows how to make espresso yet. I don't know if he's been trained, but I'm going to make sure that previous to being in the White House that he is trained, because I personally like a macchiato in the morning. Macchiato, I'm not sure if you know what that is, but a macchiato it's a delicious shot with just a little foam on the top, and I like it very much. And if you could do that, learn to do that, it'd be very nice.
But you want a vice president to be making you macchiatos?
Well, preferably. I don't know what else he's going to do there.
Some people believe that Mike Pence is more anti-gay than you are. Why would you choose somebody who was so anti-gay?
That's a very good question. And the thing is with anti-gay is anti-gay marriage. You see, I love the gays. I don't want them to get married, though. I love the gays. The gays love me, in all honesty. But I don't think they need to get married. To be honest, I don't know why they need to do that. The gay culture has always been somewhat of a rebellion, and I don't see the need to now have a white picket fence and get married like the rest of us. I've been married many times, and if I was to give any advice to any gay person, it'd be like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay, well, speaking of marriage, you're now on your third marriage. And Laura Bush really supported literacy when she was first lady. Michelle Obama, childhood obesity. Do you know what your wife would make as her signature issue if she was first lady of the United States of America?
I think Melania, a great signature issue that she could have is a great pair of tits.
Excuse me?
A great pair of tits.
But what would that do for America?
Well, what can a great pair of tits not do for America?
Well, how is that going to help poor people or young children growing up?
Well, give them something to look up to and aspire to. And, for a young man, he'll be like, I want that in my life, somewhat of a model mentor wife figure. And for women, that is what an ideal pair of tits looks like. And they would know that.
So if she was first lady, she would be promoting great pairs of tits.
Great pairs of tits. Really great ones.
Okay. Wow. This is really quite a surprising interview, Mr. Trump.
You're welcome.
Can you also say, you say now your wife would be promoting a great pair of tits. What role would the rest of your family have, your sons, et cetera? They've been very active in your campaign once you reach the White House.
That's a very good question. And thank you very much for asking it. You're doing a wonderful job. My family are wonderful. It's going to be fabulous to have them in the White House should I get there. And there's going to be many great jobs for them. Donald Jr., I think, would make a great Secretary of State. I think he'd be great for that job. Eric, doesn't quite have the brains of Donald. I'd maybe make him in charge of special needs kids in the United States.
But let me just stop you for a second. Since JFK's promoted RFK to be the Attorney General, I think it's not legal anymore to have your relative have a cabinet secretary job.
No, we'll see about that. We'll talk to lawyers and see what we can do. There's got to be a way to get him in there. But either way, once he's a part of that, Eric, I think, would be excellent as head of education for special needs children. He's not so smart, Eric. He's a little bit slow. He's a very sweet man, but he's a little bit slow. But it'd be great, that kind of job, because it's not too hard. You're just kind of deciding what they're going to color in for the next week or the next year.
Does Eric know that you think he's slow?
Well, I wouldn't say that to his face.
You're saying it to the world.
That's a very good point. I don't. Well, hopefully he's probably not. He doesn't watch the news. He doesn't watch the news. But he's very sweet. We're going to have lots of pets there for him in the White House. Lots of dogs. He loves dogs. He's great. He plays with all the pets. He goes around. You just can't give him a gun. You give him a gun, it's all over. He loves guns. It's not good. Don't give him any guns. He's very sweet though.
What would he do with a gun?
Well, he might shoot the dogs. You know, the White House dogs. And we're going to have many dogs there for him to play with, but just no guns for Eric.
We'll be talking more about your pets in just a minute.
Mhm.
Mr. Trump, what's the biggest charitable donation that you've actually given?
Oh, that's very hard. That's very hard because I've given so many. And I've given some very, very big ones. Very big ones. You know, for all the cancers and the retards and the spastics. And
Retards and spastics?
yes. And the poor people charities that I give money to. I've given many big amounts to the charities. But I think my biggest charity, I mean, when I come to think of it, is my very presence.
Are you aware that we don't use words like retards anymore?
And this is part of my campaign. I am so against this political correctness, this whole PC thing. This is why my campaign is so on fire and it's reaching so many people, is because we're done with the PC. We're done with the political correctness. You know, PC, and I joke to my friends, PC, pussy cunts. That's what it is. And I'm done with it. I'm done with it. We're all done with it. Mike Pence, me, Chris Christie, we're all done with it.
But developmentally disabled people are entitled to vote in this country.
And I hope that they do, for me. Because what do they got to lose? They're like the African Americans. What do they got to lose? They got nothing to lose. I would do such great things for them. I would put my son in charge of what they color in for the next couple of years. The educations.
Color in?
Well, yeah, color it in, stencils and all that, you know, special needs and what they do. They said, love to color in. That's what I heard.
Okay. Mr. Trump, you know, this is a much more personal question, but we asked a lot of our radio listeners to tell us what they wanted to know. And they wanted to know who does your hair. Do you travel with a stylist and used to share the same stylist as your wife?
Yes, of course, I travel with a stylist. I need a hairstylist. It's one of the things that I need. I got an African-American girl who does it, whose name is not coming. Let's just call her my African-American. She's fabulous. She's fabulous. But of course, me and my wife can't share one because, well, that's a lot of hair to do in a short period of time. We can't have that. But my stylist is wonderful. I take her everywhere with me. You know, it can be a little bit inconvenient because I'm in a lot of cars and planes, but it's fine because she folds right up and you can just put her in your carry-on.
Excuse me, why is it relevant that she's African American?
Well, it's relevant because, well, that's the only defining feature of her other than she's a woman. And I just don't know her name, to be honest with you.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Trump. Have you ever lied? And if so, when was that?
No, I have never lied. Lying is not part of my character. It never has been. You know, I'll tell you, a lot of my friends in high school, they used to give me a nickname because I was so truthful. I mean, I got a lot of nicknames in high school. I was, you know, tumultuous Trump, very tall Trump. They call me talkative Trump, big titty Trump, because I love the big titties. Titty Trump, big titty Trump, double D titty Trump, big Dicky Donnie, sticky Dicky Donnie. And then they called me truthful Trump because, you know,
I was going to start it now, but this interview skit is so funny. I'm going to let this finish out. It's only a few minutes left.
Go on air.
Hilarious.
And
yours is great, by the way.
Well, thank
It's
you.
beautiful.
And I thank the makeup artists for doing it.
Mhm.
But what we've noticed is that a lot of these millennials have tattoos. What do you think of tattoos?
Now we're only midway.
You know,
I'll show the
it's a
second
very good
half of this
question because
video,
I've asked this of
another
myself many
time,
times.
actually. I'll show
I
the
don't know how
second
I
half
feel
of this
about
video
tattoos.
another time.
Sometimes I see a woman walking down the
We'll
street
start
with a
talking
beautiful
in about
back
3 minutes and
full
9
of
o'clock.
tattoos, and I'm
If anybody ever does want to
aroused.
come on or anything,
But there are other
comment
times that I
and
see
say, hey,
tattoos
bring
where I
it on.
find
If
them
you want
kind
to
of,
talk on
you
the
know, what do you
topic,
think
if
of
you got an
tattoos?
opinion on the topic we'll be
Well,
talking about
sometimes.
during the show, you hear something
Well, what
you
do
want to
you
sound off
do?
on, let us know.
What, do you
We'll
disagree?
choose your
I'm
link,
a
come on,
first-generation
say a couple
American
words,
Jewish woman.
and keep your
Oh.
clothes on.
Don't do tattoos.
So it's against your religion to wear a tattoo?
It's against everything.
Oh, it's a great shame because you'd look great with a nice leg one right here.
Yeah, maybe it would cover up how fat my legs are.
I'd still appreciate it.
Yeah, that would be nice. So there's been a lot of talk that if you don't become president, there'll be a Trump TV network. And if you do become president, that there will be a Trump TV network run by your children. Do you think it would be successful? And what do you think a Trump TV network would compose of?
Absolutely. I think a Trump TV network would be extremely successful. People love to see me do what I do. They love to follow me around. They love to see my kids do what they do. They love to see me, go to the bathroom, go and get my hair done. They love to watch me do everything. People just are fascinated by me. They're very entertained by me. And I think of that David Beckham thing that Nike did where he fell asleep and they filmed him falling asleep. And I think, they could do that with me, but I don't think Ivanka would approve.
And if you're president of the United States, you can't.
Sorry,
do
not
Trump
Ivanka,
TV.
Melania. Excuse me.
If you're president of the United States, you can't do Trump TV other than giving to everybody else in the press room. So what would you do if you're president of the United States with Trump TV?
If I was president of the United States with Trump TV, well, they just follow me around, watch me do president stuff, make big decisions, bomb people. They would be right. I mean, it'd be great television. It'd be right in the decision room,
The decision room. And on that note, the decision room, just like Hunter Biden, he left some things outside of the decision room allegedly this week, but hopefully that'll have no effect on the decision making of our president, even though he does appear to be in the midst of an overdose every time he gives a speech. But we'll let that slide because that's all alleged, and I'm sure the Bidens would never help people traffic drugs such as cocaine, even though I'm sure he was friends with Ronald Reagan and Ollie North. We'll leave that at that. All right. So, welcome to Noodle Free Mondays. We're in the game. Matter of fact, we got to start the show off right. We got to start the show off right. We got to start the show off with the 30-second thing. Button. Now we're officially starting the show. Welcome to Noodle Free Mondays. It's your guy, Mr. C, the Enforcer, aka Poppy Carl, the bad boy. I have one of my main guest hosts here with me, and he also got his security guard, aka the person that's going to probably bury him before he knows it one day, Emo. And we got Polo and Tautology, aka BMT, the Master Don in the cut. You there, sir?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So you ready for this Noodle Free Monday?
Yeah. Making some ravioli.
Ooh, ravioli. Are you making like pre-made or are you making like your own ravioli like you're some kind of freaking cook?
Just Chef Boyardee.
Oh, yeah, that's the best kind. That's the best kind. Shoot, I'll be tearing it up every once in a while. I still be buying them little canned joints of SpaghettiOs and stuff just because I just haven't tasted it in a while.
Yeah.
I got a bang on it.
This is one of the few things that's $1. Well, $1 in a fraction.
Yeah, $1 and change. Yeah, they still got a good price. It's like 4 for $5 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a good deal for that and whatnot. It's just I know it's processed food, so I know from a health perspective I shouldn't eat it. It's kind of like oodles and noodles or certain other foods like processed foods. They taste good temporarily, but once you get older, you probably shouldn't be eating them too often because they are slowly but surely chipping off minutes of your life. Yeah. I don't know about it. Thank anybody for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If you are watching, hope you guys enjoyed those videos. Those are from some older videos from my Skip Bags crew. We still trying to be out here living and doing it. I'm trying to keep the Skip Bags legacy alive, but I think we got a bad reputation in Hollywood, I think. I don't know. But anyway, I'm still Mr. C doing my thing, and I'm still cat poop crazy Carl, so I still got this side of me and the whole rest of my life. And I'm on the Twitch. So if you're on the Twitch, check us out at Mr. C Twitch Gang. If you're on YouTube, check us out at Cat Poop Crazy Carl. And if you are on the Facebook, check us out on Skip Bags Entertainment. Also, I just passed 1,000 on the TikTok. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to live stream on my TikTok also from here. So that'll be pretty cool once I'm live streaming from the TikTok also. So we got that going on there. Let's see what else we got. Of course, I want to tell everybody thanks for watching. Make sure you keep everything going. If you didn't notice, I mentioned it earlier. Our noodle of the week is Miss KeKe Palmer and her baby daddy. So we'll discuss that situation, do our best to analyze. If anybody out there wants to comment on it, just let us know. You can either comment in the comment section or ask us for the link. We'll even shoot you a link so you can come up here and cause some trouble. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So let's see what else we got on. I think that's everything for the moment. So it's wrap up time. What's going on with you, Volo? What's happening?
Yeah, you know, I'm doing the Monday through Friday bank hours now. So, well, I've been doing that for a while now.
What is this?
You know, I've been working at a consistent place Monday through Friday, 7 to 3.
Nice.
So it's my bank hour. That's when I, you know, make the bank, and then weekends or nights I might pick something up.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Just hustling whenever I can, you know, hustling 24 hours a day, you know.
Yeah.
I had the boy this week. Well, he was with his mom on Saturday, but I had him Friday night, and then, you know, I was hanging out with him on Sunday. And right now, I promised him a Pokemon battle, so I'm trying to get my Pokemon right now on Pokemon Violet.
What you got to prepare the Pokemon, like train him up or something?
Yeah. We planned on doing a battle every 5 levels, so we at level 30 now, and I've been slacking. You know, he's been slacking too. They got some DLC coming out for it, so I guess he's been inspired to start playing it again. And you know, so I'm playing a little bit to try to get my levels up to battle, and maybe tomorrow over the net or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's pretty much it.
Going down?
Huh?
Anything else going on?
You know, just working, man. That's really the whole gist of things. I made a nice little beat, and I've been trying to make a quick video, but you know, the KeKe thing is boring to me, and then politics, people still bugging, man. They just, you know, they don't understand the relationship.
They've been bugging for 200 straight years.
I know. Is that how long this government's been around?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they had good intentions, but like everything else, just like a new app, it's good the first couple of years, but then once it blows up, it goes right to crap, and the money ruins it. And that's just what happened to the United States, pretty much.
It's just funny because it was like 1976 was like kind of like, I was a young buck though. I was only like 5, but I remember it being kind of a big thing, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, you know, 2076 around the corner, I guess, and it ain't looking good.
Yeah. Well, you know, when America was great. What can we say? Any other wrap-up stuff?
I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Emo sleeping. Ziggy, you plugged up.
I'm not sure.
And when we chilling, we just waiting to get started, you know.
There is. Excellent. So I'm saying, yeah, same old stuff here. I've been just laying on my butt cold, chilling, skipping out a couple shows. Got a couple comedy shows coming up. Still pushing my little rap song, Paging Dr. Umar. So if you like songs about natural women, look up Paging Dr. Umar on all your social, whatever you got, title, whatever it is. If you got it and you pay for it, look up Paging Dr. Umar and hear a song about beautiful natural women. Look, even emo know it's cracking. That's what I'm talking about, emo. Way to get turned up. That's what I'm talking about. Get that hype. Matter of fact, we're going to do a quick commercial. Get paid to get your hype for the song. Oh, Paging Dr. Umar, where's it at? All right. I can't find stuff. I'm moving too fast. I got too hype. Oh, here we go. Bang. There you go. There it is. Paging Dr. Umar. There you go.
We do politics over Brunani. We do education over ecstasy. We do literacy over linguistic ability. N-A-T-U-R-A-L, wanna get it as clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. N-A-T-U-R-A-L, wanna get it as clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl.
From the skinny to the biggie, ain't no plastic
plastic in the body. Keep that trash away from kitty. Like my ladies green the way that nature made them. Curly hair the nation, chocolate presentation. We like the ladies, litty flavored basket Robin skinny waistin'. Don't get it wrong, we even take them yellow, brown, Caucasian. Patron Dr. Uma, ain't no bunny hopping. Too far. The natural queens coming all sizes, dropping stars. N-A-T-U-R-A-L with a get it ass clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. N-A-T-U-R-A-L with a get it ass clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural
it's going down. Black Trump in the house. Body parts soft, clean, jean pillows popping. Tasty water flows, nappy heads steady rocking. Where your man at? Well, I'm here now. All that fair chat, it ain't here now. Protection in the building, family beat the drilling. Cooking for the kids and get me piece of bacon dealing. My trusted counsel when I get my piece of bacon building. Keep the family diet clean. I need a
N-A-T-U-R-A-L with a kitty that's clean and no plastic anywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. N-A-T-U-R-A-L with a kitty that's clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. Hey,
We do murder over money, and we do righteousness over your.
All right.
You all right?
Yeah. Them trees will get you, boy. Shout out to Dr. Umar. All that jumping around and help my ass and whatnot. So there you go. Get that on your social medias or whatever else, the networks and the applications and all that. Also, I'm about to be on Rumble soon too. I'm about to get that up. I've noticed that I got a lot of my stand-up comedy recorded, but there's a lot of like cussing and fussing and mussing. I'm like, I can't put it on none of the regular ones, but Rumble, you're allowed to curse and say whatever you want. So I think I'm gonna take all my videos and stuff I got like that. They got a lot of foul language and stand up, and I'm gonna just make like just my like foul language stand up comedy channel, and just upload anything I get this foul to it. See how it works.
And see how long before they shut that down.
Well, no, this is well. You're totally you are so late. Okay, so the reason why the technician told us about KeKe and Rumble.
Okay.
It's because you can say anything you want on them and not be taken down.
I remember that now. I told you I'm focused. I'm focused. I just stepped to the side for a second.
All right, that's the point of Rumble. That's why I was excited about it. That's like the whole point. There's dudes on there with KKK hoods on yelling the N-word, dog, and that's not a joke.
Wow.
Okay. And I'm talking to hundreds of thousands of people. Like that, dog. Cats is on that Rumble so hard. There's actually production companies putting money behind Cats to make full TV shows on it.
Wow.
Yeah. So you might. It's the verbal Twitter. It's the visual verbal Twitter.
Rumble.
Yep. You better get on it.
I just joined the threads then.
I heard that's the new thing that all the kids is doing and whatnot. I ain't been on it yet, but that's like the other new Twitter or something. It's like Zuckerberg Twitter.
Yeah.
You looked at it yet?
I joined and did my first thread the other day. I forgot to do one today
Well,
though.
enlighten us all. I ain't done no threading yet. I don't know. No, I just seen the pictures of it, and I'm like, oh, here we go, this integrational matrix looking shit. So what is it? Break it down. Let's go. Give it to us.
It's Twitter, but it don't seem like hashtags work on it. Like
I thought the concept is that everybody puts up their posts and then they basically take all the words and interlink, match words and topics, and then kind of link it all together.
Oh, so you don't have to use
I think
hashtag.
the concept is basically, you know how a brain looks, right?
Yeah.
Well, basically, they think of it like it's a cerebellum. You know how cerebellum's all twisted and curved and wrinkled around each other and shit, and inside and out?
Yeah.
Almost like spaghetti. Well, that's basically what it is. So your stream you put out there, it's being sent out there, but it only connects and intersects with other things that have matching words and topic. So then when somebody looks at yours, I guess they can see all the other shit that's attached to it. And it becomes like a thread of thought. by the human mind. This is what I'm understanding from totally outside. I haven't looked it up. I haven't seen the software yet, but just in the picture and what I've seen and the fact that it's Twitter, and you just mentioned and I'm looking at the logo with all the spaghetti looking shit.
Yeah.
And it's the multiverse kind of concept, Bolo. Yeah, think of it like that. It's like strands of time and communication intersecting, but no strand actually belongs or doesn't belong to any other strand or time. It's almost like nobody owns it. It's like all of our thoughts.
Now this Rumble app is talking about some sports leagues.
Rumble got all kind of shit popping off, doc. Oh, Bolo about to get sucked in. He about to have to sell the house over some goddamn Rumble Sports League betting. He's gonna put his money on the Sixers and the Phillies. He's gonna be on the street in a week. They don't even play right now. God damn. That's some shit right there. That's the shit right there. And is it All-Star break for Major League Baseball yet?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh man. So and the Phillies are up? Like over 500.
Yeah, yeah, they was.
Dang, they went back down that fast. There's like 3-4 games over 500. They're like, we 12 games under 500. How many games you play? 2. How the hell you do that? You ain't playing enough games to be on. Let's take a look.
They lost to the Marlins the other day.
Well, that's baseball. It's 162 damn games. It's gonna be some losing every day. Especially they play them damn double and triple headers. They're crazy with that.
I'm trying to see when they play again. Yeah, they don't play again until the 14th.
Let's look here. MLB. Oh yeah. It definitely is All-Star weekend. Tuesday at 5 p.m. is going to be the All-Star game. So I guess that's tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. They got the All-Star game going down for anybody that is into baseball. Used to be America's favorite sport, then football kind of took over. And I think basketball is trying to steal it a little bit. But that game is tomorrow, 5 p.m. So make sure you check that out. That should be an exciting game. The National League All-Stars versus the American League All-Stars. We'll assume that since I'm a National League guy, that the American League guys are cheating and all on steroids. So I just want to say that out the top. Allegedly. Because I'm a National League guy, so I have to immediately hate anyone that is not from my part of town. Oh yeah. So Phillies is looking good. It says they 48 and 41.
Yeah, they're looking good.
So they 539. They did 12 games back, right behind Atlanta. Atlanta acting like it's the 90s. Who they got? Smokes and all them back there. Who they got? They
trying to get 120 wins.
Yeah, they doing something. But I'm gonna tell you something. Either Miami or Atlanta, did they both start out really good this season?
Atlanta did.
So Miami's doing like the Phillies are doing?
Kind of.
Okay. You know who's going to be the teams in the race for the playoffs by the end? It's going to be Miami, Philly, and the Mets. Atlanta is going to have some kind of tragedy and completely fall off.
You bugging.
Dog, it's a numbers game. Yeah. You can't win. It's like when the Bulls was winning the 80-game season. There's no reason the Bulls should have ever lost, but sooner or later, somebody gonna be tired. Somebody gonna misplain it. Somebody gonna be out there playing the best game. Like Mike Tyson shouldn't have lost to Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas was in the best shape of his life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's that kind of logic. Like usually, I've watched baseball for years, and I stopped watching because just too many daggone games. Number one, y'all got a problem. Y'all need to get it down to like 7 or 8 games. But that's just me. But okay, fine, 180 or 60 or whatever obscene number it is. But every team I have ever seen start out like 100 and like 2 losses. By the end of the year, they got 105 wins and 112 losses. Like it's something about the teams that come out burning too hot like that. They always fall off either due to injuries or some kind of exhaustion. Or what happens is All-Star weekend comes and like half their team is in the All-Star game and in the home run contest, and you get all that jinxing and stuff going. and it just messes them up. They have too much sex with women while they're in Miami, and their legs go bad. Allegedly. That's what I'm saying. So that's my prediction. Atlanta will fall to third place. And I don't know if the Mets are going to do anything because I don't know what their team is like, but really the Phillies, Miami, and the Mets are the real potential champions unless Atlanta falls apart and then saves themselves because everybody else falls apart too. But usually the teams that are in the middle 500, they become the best teams at the end of the year, not the team that starts 8,001, except for every once in a while. Some teams are just smashing, you know. All right, so that's that. Any other comments about the Phillies?
Yeah, I'm optimistic.
Yeah, they should be. I think they got potential. If they got a good pitching team, they got a good 4 or 5 pitchers. Any team with about a good 4 to 6 pitchers, 3 at minimum, but really you need like 4 to 6 pitchers, preferably 6, like 3-4 starters, 2-3 relievers, or 3 of each or 4 of each. But you need somebody to kick it each way and rotate out. You need a good 4 or 5 pitchers and some run support, and you in the game and some little defense.
Yeah.
So
Philly sports talk is nervous as hell, but you know, what the fans are, you know, Philly fans, you complain about everything.
Ain't nothing wrong. So what are the Phillies fans complaining about? What do the Phillies fans think is some noodle stuff about the Phillies right now?
Mainly the pitching.
Well, what are they complaining about? This is Noodle-Free Mondays. Let's complain about the noodle sports stuff that the Phillies fans, which you are one of, would like to complain about. It's your daggone own show. Do it.
Well, Nolan lost another one. He's giving up a home run every game when he's pitching. He's supposed to be, second ace on the team. So I guess we got spoiled back in 2010s or whatever with the pitching lineup that we used to have back then with Doc and Lee and Hamels. I mean, that was an all-time great pitching staff that we had there. And now we struggling. We don't have that pitching that we have. And then on the batting side, they keep putting what's his name? Their number one home run hitter in the first slot.
You know why they doing that?
Yeah.
Why do you think they're doing it?
The analytics or whatever they're saying.
Well, basically, it's because of what you just explained before telling me that. The reason that they're shifting their power up front is because they know they have a questionable pitching source, so they're trying to get up on people early.
We're hitting with the most hits, right? We don't swing.
Yeah, let's get out of there because you know what it is? In all sports, even though baseball can turn around at any second, you can be down 12-1 in the 9th inning with 2 outs. And you can come back and win 13-12. That's possible. But one thing I've learned about all sports, even after see the Clippers give up 20 points in a minute and a half to Houston and stuff like that, in all sports, if you've played John Madden football and felt you've been cheated by the computer and then watched NFL football highlights the next week and see everything happen to you twice in 1 week in real football, you will realize that anything can happen. But also in sports, when you beat a team down, they give up. They play less defense. They start complaining to each other. They start getting messed. But if you let them hang around and think they're close enough to work it out, then they feel inspired that you come out and get a hit. But if your leadoff home run guy comes out and bangs a leadoff home run, then you get a couple of guys that load it up. Then the rest of your power guys come up in 3, 4, 5, or 6, and then finish off the guys that get on base after the leadoff guy gets a good hit or a big home run. You're looking at 4 to 6 runs before anybody touches the dirt. So that's what they're hoping for. But I don't know, because my logic is if everybody knows a certain person is coming up first, that's more of a home run hitter than your over 400, 500 almost batter, they can kind of plan for him. All right, our first 15 pitches to get him off the mound is this. You know what I mean? When you bring him up later, things change. Things are different. He's a little more tired. By the time he gets to you in the 4-hole, the pitcher's a little tired. He's been throwing a few balls. When he come out fresh, he like, man, we can throw anything. I can throw a big woman down there, Jack. Make a curve and everything. Midair, 350 pounds, no problem. Little spit. Zing, so that's what I think they're trying to do. They're trying to catch people early. Kind of like Mike D'Antoni teams and Don Nelson. You know how they like to shoot 5 seconds on the clock, score real quick. Doc Rivers even kind of had that going. Is that concept. Come out and like shock them so much and whatnot. That's what Phoenix is trying to do. Like Kevin Durant, they're trying to come out and shock you so much with shock and all of just, we so dope. You wasn't ready. Give up. And most teams that are not playoff tested veteran teams, most teams are going to crack. It's only a few teams that can actually withstand that and just come back and keep punching. And I think that's what they're trying to do by moving them up in the beginning of the lineup. What do you think about that theory?
Yeah, that's the general consensus.
Excellent. So I know. I mean, as a baseball fan, your analysis is in depth as Colin Coward's about NBA basketball.
What about the ESPN firing all the people?
Oh man, that's some noodle stuff right there. Matter of fact, let's look up a quick small short of that and see what we can see about that. ESPN, because that's some noodle stuff. Fires. I was about to actually put ESPN fires everybody. All right, put fires reporter, Carl. Don't put fires everybody, dude. Let's get an actual story. Let's see what we got here. Let me see what we got here. Let me see if they got some kind of list here, I think. Okay, they got a list. So we're actually going to go down the list like some real thugs do. Let's bring this up here because we're news reporters. We do reporting news kind of stuff. We want to educate the people. So if you don't know, ESPN did recently fire a bunch of people as corporations do to save money and keep control of their underlings. You don't want nobody that knows the ropes up in there or who has a spine that make you pay more money and change stuff. You keep young people, new people, spineless people. You can pay them less, get more out of them, make them sell their soul. So that's what that's all about. Yes, I have just explained all of Hollywood and entertainment to you. So let's check it out. See what we got here, Volo. So you said the ESPN guys. Let's see what we got. So it says this is the ESPN layoffs. Here goes a list of the on-air talent who were let go. Jeff Van Gundy. Now, I want to tell you one thing. I never thought in my life that I would see Jesus Christ in real life nailed to a cross and dragged out in front of us. But Jeff Van Gundy is a goddamn godsend. He is the white Charles Barkley. Okay? I will let Jeff Van Gundy take me in a submarine to see the Titanic based on his word. Okay? I just want to tell you that. Now, Jeff Van Gundy's so damn paranoid. He's like, oh my God, we're not going, Carl. I'm like, thank you, Jeff. This is why I let you coach. Shout out to Ocean Gate. Hold it down for the rooms. Too soon. Also, I don't know if you guys hear in the background. Yes, that is more fireworks going off because as I tell people, my Central American brothers, they do July 4th, all of July, the end of June, and we might have to get a little tip of August. I am not playing. Not playing. They don't. It's like you would think it was a hard drug. They're like, we got to get this off. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, Keyshawn Johnson, who's a great talent, but he seems very mean. But he's a great talent. Max Kellerman, he was one of the Soul Brothers. He was kind of like Pistol Pete Maravich of the world, where he's kind of like, you know how the J Bros with J Fros used to be like the brothers back in the day? He's like athletic, but he's not a brother, but he's athletic like a brother, but not exactly. That was Max Kellerman. Susie Kober, she sounds like somebody that deserves to be fired. Chris Chelios, the all-time great Chicago Blackhawks. I think he played for defensiveman. Chris Chelios. Hey, I have a story. Bully, you want to hear a story about Chris Chelios?
Go right ahead.
So when we first got to LA, I used to have my friend, and they had rented a house out in Malibu, a beach house, out by a place called Paradise Cove, Paradise Pier. Everybody who's out here knows what that is out in Malibu. His house was right next to Paradise, like walking nice distance. Well, Bruce Jenner actually lived across the thing from him. I used to ruin Bruce Jenner's parties by being out there like smoking reefer and yelling, right? Bruce Jenner would actually like pick his party up and move around. We like would ruin Bruce Jenner's day, by the way. Well, besides that, down beneath my homie to the left on the beach was Chris
Playing from
Chelios.
Charles's iPhone.
Was Chris Chelios' house or whatnot. And Chris Chelios used to have parties down there, like a beach party. So one day, all of my homies, we was bored. We like, yo, let's go kick it in the beach and whatnot. So we go down to the daggone beach. We're all drinking and tore up. We're like, oh, let's go down the beach and just act up, right? So we're going down the beach. And then we got down there and we like, yo, it's this party over here. So my homeboy, who was like, his house was up there, he tried to like sneak. We was like, yo, let's try to sneak up into Chris Chelios' beach party, right? So we try to sneak up and dog. I don't know where these 3 to 5, 6'8" Italian men in full suits on a 90-degree night on the beach came from. But the minute we took 3 steps toward this party, it was like a wall of large Italian men. Like, yeah, fellas, not tonight. Keep it moving, boys. So shout out to Chris Chelios for recognizing that the Skip Bags fam didn't deserve to be at his party. So I'd have kicked this out too. He had a good reason. So that's a classic story about Chris Chelios. I almost busted his party in a Malibu beach party out in Paradise Cove. That's a random story about Chris Chelios. Matt Hasselbeck, one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the sport. Nobody deserves some respect. Matt Hasselbeck was the Steve Young of non-winners and whatnot. Steve Young, of course. These are some great guys. Rob Nikovich, he sounds like somebody's a jerk. Neil Everett, he sounds like Jim Everett's little brother. Ashley Brewer, should have been fired. June Lee, I don't know why anybody. What sport is June Lee involved in on ESPN? I don't want to sound bigoted, but is he left over from Linsanity? That's all I'm saying. Alleged. Oh my God, one of the greatest small forwards nobody knows about in the history of the sport, LaFonso Ellis. He used to ball with the Dikembe Mutombo. LaFonso Ellis was a left-handed bad man. Woo! LaFonso Ellis would take it to your mama. Left-handed nightmare. Todd Mache, he sounds like some hockey guy that says racist stuff. Allegedly. Jordan Cornette, he sounds like he plays tennis and is good. Jason Fitz, he sounds like a referee that takes money. And David Pollock, he sounds like a future commissioner that we're all going to just like one day. So, sorry guys about losing your job, but the good thing is you are popular, you have name recognition, and you can easily start a YouTube and make anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 a month if you make a video and talk about sports. So get over it. All right. So what are what is your thoughts on that list and what's going on to ESPN with those particular let goes?
They clean the house. Everybody's been doing it. Realigning the stuff.
Presidents come to every new election cycle and new presidential run up. They always kind of rotate everybody out of all the channels to kind of get certain attitudes that they want ready for the next 6 months to 2 years.
Yeah, it's corny.
So right now they're about to load up all their test subjects and see who's going to survive after the election.
Yeah.
Okay. Like anybody who gets a little doesn't tote the line, they'll all of a sudden disappear in 2025. Like, oh yeah, we're not going to renew your contract. That's all.
Right. He most started snoring at that.
Yeah, that's how it is in the streets, though. Emo, you gotta live. Emo, you gotta know how to live, man. Ignore me all you want, Emo. That just means you're Emo. I probably used to date Emo because Emo. Emo said this ain't prison, Carl. Back up on me now. I said I used to date Emo. He picked his head. I'm like, whoa, bro. And look, you didn't give me no soups, and I don't want no jam and no jelly. I was like, look here, Emo.
Going back to sleep.
Yep.
So Ice Cube it said he was gonna go on this tour of video podcasts and stuff like that. So his first one, he popped up on. Bill Maher has a podcast on.
Everybody got a podcast. Keep it rolling, and
so he showed up on Bill Maher's a couple days, like a week ago, right after said he was gonna go on tour. That's the first one he showed up on, talking about talking about how the system and the what was the word he said again?
I don't know. The gatekeepers.
The gatekeepers. Yeah. He's talking about the gatekeepers.
Or as Andy Tate says, the Matrix. As I say, the rich dudes that don't want you messing up their money. That's what they are.
So I didn't even know Bill Maher had a podcast. He still does the HBO thing.
Let me bring you into the 1990s, Volo. Every person that is successful in the year 2023, Volo, every person, not some of them, not a few of them, if you know them on TV or radio or even possibly movies, they all have a podcast where they do their own thing and say what they want. All of them. Not some of them, not a few of them. Not surprised he got one. They all got one. I just want to put you on because you sound totally shocked that he has a podcast. I'm going to warn you. Check on all the people that's on TV and radio that you don't think got one. They got one.
Well, his page is only a year old.
Yeah, but dog, ever since COVID,
yeah,
everybody has one. Dude, we have one. Why wouldn't he have one?
Looks pretty lame though.
It doesn't matter if he's lame. They come to see him. Like, your boy Stephen A just dropped his new YouTube like 6 months ago. Oh, he all hype out here talking crazy. I done had to check him a bunch of times with his terrible policy suggestion because he all done up. He be tripping. I don't care about either party. But then he suggests 98% Democratic principles. I'm like, shut up, man. Fake it or funk. Because you know what he wants? Because he's rich, he wants cheap taxes. So that's the one thing he agreed with Republicans on. These scummy Democrats, man. Man, Jesus Christ. Allegedly. Excellent. Any other topics or things? What else was we talking about there?
Well, I just turned to that page and it's just, it's just a year old and yeah, he already had 376,000 subs, but it looks like all his videos is pretty lame, But it's same talking points. I watched the one with Ice Cube and it was real, he tries to act like he's centralist.
Yeah, he just kind of laying back and letting Ice Cube go, but he not gonna get involved.
Yeah.
Not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm here to let you say what you want. What you want. You get what I'm saying? I'm here to let you say what you want. Say anything you want. Because I'm be over here like, yeah, woo, that's kind of aggressive, Ice Cube.
Yeah.
We'll disagree, but he was
a
little aggressive, Mr. Cube.
But it was pretty much a new interview, really. It wasn't really. He really didn't, toe the line like, but Ice Cube is like that,
because Ice Cube, okay. So, Bola, you want me to tell you why our people have the biggest trouble in America in modern days?
Why is that?
2 reasons why. What do you give me a guess? And what do you think are the 2 major reasons why, not socially, but individually, because of our culture and style of which you've seen? What do you think are the 2 major things that are keeping our people from the success we know we're capable of, even though we are oppressed?
Just fear.
Fear. What would you say that fear is related to? So people are scared to try.
Afraid to make enemies.
I would agree with that. You know what I get from our people when I tell them I'm running for president? They said, I would vote for you. I agree with all your policies, but the media won't let you do that. And if you really do good, they'll kill you. And I'm like, why are you scared for them to kill me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're so scared. I said, they act like if they go to the voting booth, it's going to be a guy sitting there with an M16 waiting on them. What do you think this is, Uganda? Like, they shook. So that's one thing, fear. What do you think is another one?
They're caught up in the deception.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure the best way to say that.
Well, no. That's pretty much it. It's pretty much those two things and whatnot. One of the initial ones, which I consider a more technical aspect to it, is we have what I would call a vocabulary problem, right? Now, most other groups, right, they have two languages, right?
Yeah.
Because of our oppression, our language towards English was stunted, and we learned how to speak English from the Southerners who couldn't read, right? And then we took African aspects and used A's and E's instead of C's. You know what I mean? We would change different vowels out and stuff. Certain vowels didn't exist in African languages, right? So we would change words to fit, and we had the Southerners who didn't speak so well themselves being the ones we were learning English from because we couldn't read for years, right? So a problem with that is we get this disturbed family, and it caused two problems for us. Problem number one is to represent our Blackness, we have an aversion to learning all the words in the vocabulary and what's that synapsis book and what's that called, the thesaurus? Like people, we have an aversion. Oh, them big words. Those is $5 words. Those are Caucasian words, things like that. So it becomes an embarrassment. So what happens is we don't have a large vocabulary. And your mother said the greatest thing one time after a softball game where I believe she got in an argument with a young lady at the game. Do you remember that?
I remember getting a couple of arguments and fights at these softball games. But go ahead.
Well, one of the games, it was a younger lady that was giving it a hassle, and the younger lady was using a lot of foul language towards your mother. And your mother wasn't cursing, right?
Yeah, I think I missed that game, but I remember y'all telling me about it.
She comes back and she said, "Oh my God, your aunt L Boogie." She said the illest thing. She said the only reason you curse so much is because you don't got the vocabulary to properly express yourself. And dog, that stuck with me my whole life. And every time I've ever seen people get in a fist fight or an argument or a Twitter battle, you know what it usually was? They started arguing back and forth, just like the guy that recently attacked the woman. They start arguing back, but you know what happened after they went back and forth one or two times? What happened, Volo? They did what?
You talking about on Twitter and stuff?
No, I'm talking about everywhere you see fights and disagreements from people very quickly that tend to be of a hood mentality.
Oh,
what happens after they say something back and forth 2 or 3 times normally? What happens before bad stuff happens? What is the reason that something bad is about to happen after 2 or 3 back and forths?
The explicits start flying.
The explicits start flying. You want to know why? Because they ran out of vocabulary words to properly express themselves, and they can't self-examine, express themselves, and transgress that, and empathize verbally to another person due to lack of vocabulary. So what happens is they both run out of words, then they both start cursing, and what's left after you run out of words, Volo, when you're angry at someone?
The bullets fly.
Something, physical combat, right? Yeah. This is why you see a lot of the arguments and stuff. So that's one problem we have. You want to know the second reason why we have struggled? Because every time African Americans have had an opportunity to create their own language in the new America, we have taught other people it. We had Swahili, which was the thing that they wanted us to learn through Muslim and Islam and all that. We all have known. What Black person that's older than 35 doesn't know that Swahili is kind of like one of our languages, right?
Uh-huh.
We all know it. Why didn't we all learn the word, right? Number one. Number two, hip hop. Do you remember when hip hop first started and you could literally speak in hip hop talk to your friend, and a Caucasian person or non-African American would literally be standing there like, I have no idea what they just said. You remember that?
To this day.
Do you remember when some people, when hip hop first came out, that when some non-African Americans found out that their friends were listening to hip hop, did you ever see them unfriend the person and stop hanging around them because they listen to rap music?
Yeah, that's happened.
I've seen it several times.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because they didn't understand it. It was very pro-black and anti-establishment, which was pretty much them, and it was considered criminal music to the extent that it had no future. So what happened is, and our guys to get hip hop big, we started teaching non-African American DJs. Hey, what does Yamin mean? What does John mean? What does keep it cool? What does chill mean? What does take a chill pill mean? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And because he likes you, you explain it to him. Hey, why do you use the N-word with the A instead of the ER?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean? And he just, you know how we are. We take everybody in, so we kind of want him to learn. Like, no, he cool. He part of the fam, Eminem. You know what I'm saying? So what we did was, by accident, during the 80s and 90s, in our attempt to be ingratiated and have people appreciate our music, we taught them our literal secret language. So we could have been like Mexicans. Like, I could have been at the job, like, yes, how are you doing today? No, it's perfectly fine. And then you look at your homeboys like, yo, yeah, I mean, on the 33rd, boy's acting like a nut boy. He coming over here with the joint, talking all crazy like I ain't no real cat, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to get up on the giddy on this dude and let him know what it's about later on. But, you know, we at the gig, so I ain't going to get fly. I'm going to show my respect and keep up on my joint.
Yeah,
They would have looked at us like I was speaking Spanish. And then the guy would have looked at me like, word. And then went back to like, oh, sorry about that. We was talking in our native language. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
These are the two reasons why African Americans are struggling the most in America. So anybody out there that's got kids, get them a vocabulary, let them analyze themselves and be critical and self-accountable. And please, 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 if you ever develop something genius for your people, don't be so quick to sell it for magic beans, because it's the thing that could save you if you just hold on to it tight enough. On that, I'm going to end on the final note. If I ever do go to prison, I'm going to sit in a hole, and I am going to create my own Bible and language for African Americans to save us. So if anybody, I guess, wants to plan hard drugs on me to make it happen, do what you got to do. But yeah, I'll go to the hole, and I'll write a Bible and a thing. That's what I'm going to do with my 25 years in jail. That's my plan if I ever do go to jail. I don't know if you guys ever thought about that. Think about what you're going to do in jail. You need to do it in real life. All right, that's a good exercise. Oh, that's a good exercise. Volo, if you ever got locked up for some government setup reason and they put you in jail for 20 years, would you stay in the public with the group and community, or would you be more of a be in a hole alone guy?
I'm alone now. I'm really enjoying it.
Right? It's beautiful, isn't it? It's just so beautiful. I've never been in more peace in my life. So if you had a chance, you'd probably be a solitary confinement kind of guy, or as much isolation as possible.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say, hey, if I was locked in a room, I couldn't go anywhere for years, I got nothing to access to maybe pencils and pens and books, is there anything that you would say, hey, I'm going to sit down and write maybe a manifesto or write like a law book or make my own Bible or make my own language? Is there anything that you say, hey, that's what I would do in my time? What do you think about that?
Well, I'm still writing the epistemological tautology book.
Okay, so is that kind of almost like a book of the Bible situation, like the book of Enoch?
Yeah, it is an annex, and it is it does stem from the three that I use, well, four. There's a couple that I use, but yeah, it is the next chapter in the evolution of not just, you know, I say culture, which is an equivalence of religion and culture.
Mm-hmm.
And that and piggybacking off of us creating our own, you know, language. You know, Karis One is the one that said called it hip hop culture, and it spelled it with a K in his book. So, but I teach Boom that we speak American, and I describe it as English and language arts. So him learning the English language and the arts of everyone else's language and what we trying to develop here in America, and how hip hop is a part of that, you know.
Right.
So,
but
we came to this area and I was I'm like, where did we start?
Right.
The Bill Maher, because I was trying to compare and contrast him with Jimmy Dore. So, you know, because Jimmy Dore is straight underground, where Bill Maher coming from HBO.
Jimmy Dore, my guy, bro.
So let me see real quick. Where did Jimmy Dore?
Jimmy Dore, my guy. Jimmy Dore, my guy. Jimmy Dore, the truth. Shout out to Jimmy Dore, man.
So Jimmy Dore is at 1.2 million subs, but he's been on since 2011. He's been on YouTube since 2011. Where what's the name? He just started last year, and he's at 300,000, I think I said, or something like that. But it does seem like it's like even his HBO show. I got tired of it because it was like he was towing the line.
Right.
You know, he'll go so far, but then it's like, well, I can't say, you know, I can't go to the other. And the same with the guy that you're running against for president, Cornel West.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
corny now.
He's peace, but sometimes you got to bomb him off.
Well, you know, Umar Johnson is not excited because he says Cornel West has a problem with mentioning people of color and all diversity, and he feels like he's going to go the Obama leftist route of all inclusion, which will then dilute the opportunity, similar to how affirmative action did, where 60% of people that took advantage of affirmative action were Caucasian women. So that's what he's concerned about. The inclusion aspect, you know, he's going to have to add everybody, and then it will dilute the whole goal of what you're trying to do for African Americans.
Yeah.
So that's the worry with him. He's got the good intentions, but he's really just, you know, he's just doing the Bernie Sanders bomber. Like when the wall hits the fan, I'm gonna tell you why Cornel West is screwed. You want to know why, brother? Why do you think Cornel West, even if he wanted to basically be Black Jesus and save everything and fix the world, why he can't do it? What do you think is the number one reason why he can't do it as far as logistically?
Because his vocabulary is too next level.
No. What it is, Cornel West has been so involved in the Black Power game in politics, he has made friends with Republicans and Democrats on all sides that have helped him achieve many a goal over the last 60 to 70 years. You know how many Republicans have helped him achieve something for Black people? You know how many Democrats have made him achieve something for Black people? And when it's time for him to be president, guess who's going to come a-calling? Guess who was there that night? He was in Louisiana drunk and he had to slip off with that one girl with a photo. You get what I'm saying? I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Yo, yeah, you don't remember that night back in 1968 when we went off with the 4 white girls?
Yeah. They got tape.
That kind of shit. So I'm saying he's that kind of situation. He's too ingrained. It was one of the reasons why I used to tell people, they're like, why don't you run for a city council or mayor? I say, because anybody that's in politics long, if you're in it for 5 to 10 or longer years, you're going to make friends on both sides that actually helped you succeed. So when it comes time for you to want to succeed later, you got all these old debts to pay. And they're going to be on both sides of the aisle. And you're going to know their kids and their friends. You're going to know their kids and their daughter, what school she goes to. Oh my God, if I ruin, if I get him kicked out of office because he won't vote for my policy, his daughter's probably not going to be able to go to that private school. And I don't want to do that to her because she's best friends with my daughter because she goes to that school too. You get it? This is real politics. And this is what I want Americans to understand, but it's like the hardest thing to get Americans to grasp. They really think these dudes is like the Clampetts and the McClintons from the old movies, or like the South and the North in the Civil War, where these guys are sitting on both sides, despising each other and hating each other. They don't know anything about each other, and they make up things. No, these guys all know each other. They all know where each other live. They go to retreats and conventions together around the world all the time. They spend weeks together in hotels in Detroit and in Indiana. They go for festivals and meetings, and that, especially the guys who've been there 30, 40 years. Some of them jump back and forth to parties. They go to these retreats for their specific party every year. They go to retreats for the certain, because they get in these little groups. They like, oh, I'm in a such and such commission. They go to something for that. I'm in a this commission. I'm in something for that. The farming. These guys they be together all the time. They know all each other's kids. They know all each other's wives. They know all each other's dirt. Some of these guys actually go out and drink afterwards and do things that they probably remember or got pictures of. That's why nobody likes Donald Trump, because I'm sure he got photos of anything. Anything. Trump got photos of me doing something I ain't supposed to do. Okay? I'm telling you, I don't know how he got it. I don't know how he got it. But I do whatever you say now. Vote for the president, though. Because I want us to believe that all Americans are worthy of politics, because they are not as smart as we are. You can't tell me Donald Trump is smarter than anybody in this who watches this stream. So all three of you were smarter than Don. That's a good thing. And we're realer than Barack. And we're more alive than Joe Biden. And any of those other guys, you know what I mean? They got slave driver history. Allegedly.
I didn't get a chance to watch that. You tagged me with Biden was cussing somebody out or something like that.
So they're saying that around the White House, basically, because you know how a lot of the people that work on his staff, because he's trying to diversify, you know what they are? The millennials, maybe like Generation X's, right? So in the old school days, I heard the old presidents used to drink and talk kind of like cut. They actually said most of the old presidents, when the cameras are on, they cussing like regular sailors. Around the White House, actually, is what they say about almost all the presidents we've ever had and whatnot. So Joe Biden is used to that attitude, and he's finally in the position where he can cuss a mother sucker out, and it's okay. You know what I mean? So he's not passing up his chance to go in on somebody. So he's been cussing people out with this, where the F is this, and what the F are you doing, and you effing up, and blah, 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 blah. Going off on staff members, checking people for either messing up or what he perceives, stuff like that. Just bossing, being a boss. He like Glorilla. He's effing ninja free. That's Joe Biden. He was F-N-I-F ninja free, hanging out the window with my politician friends. That's Joe Biden and whatnot. So yeah, he's been cussing some guys out. But I even posted in his defense. I said, when I'm president, I got plans to cuss a few people out. So I'm gonna let this one slide. I'm more worried about his poor decisions on war, our economics, trade, infrastructure, and healthcare, and protecting our children from the violence in the street by making sure we bring manufacturing back to this country as soon as possible. But, whatever. Who likes solutions, right? They suck. Equality, just like Cornell West. I got the shirt on. Give it to me. Come on.
It's funny being on the other side of this, the old head hip hopper. So at the gig, I got them all saying, it's all good in the morning, right? And I mean, like, how you doing? It's all good. You know what I mean? It's all good, or whatever.
Yeah.
So they all say that, and they be saying it with a smile too. And then on the other end, it's it's the younger kids. They in charge and everything, because this is the policies and everything, and all the older workers are quiet, and it's weird. It's a weird environment to work in. Me, I don't care. But so the young kids they be cussing like a storm, and I'll be correcting them like I'm the dad and shit. Like, no, it's not. It's stuff. And then they'll look at me like, did you just correct me? Like, you're the dad, and then they walk away and leave me alone and shit.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. No, I just actually had a talk at a comedy club with some young comedians about this. So I just did a show a couple weeks ago at this place. It's called Lash. I forget what the place is attached. I think it's called like Prohibition or something like that in downtown LA. I did a show last week, and it was the one where I tried to stream from. And when I was sitting there talking to some young boys, and I was like, yeah, because when I went to Austin, Texas, these same comedians, almost all of them, were also in Austin, Texas, and happened to come out here for the holiday weekend. So I said, oh, yo, you the boy from Austin? I'm like, yeah. No, I mean, I live out here, whoopty whoop, bumpty bump. And he's like, yo, and we just talking. I was like, yo, I'm doing the internet stuff. And he's like, yo, And I was telling him how I'm starting to take the cursing out of a lot of my comedy. I'm even going back to all comedy I've ever told in video that I cursed in, and I'm taking it all and I'm just redoing them. I still got like 2 more good sets to do. And I said, because with the internet now, you can't put your stuff up on almost any website, as far as any Meta-owned site, or Twitter. It's hard to get traction on Twitter. So you got IG, you got TikTok, and you got Facebook at this time, and now you got Rumble and KeKe, and a few other ones, Truth Media, a few other ones you can use. So I started taking all the curse words out, taking all the bad language out, and I told him, he's like, yeah, but I was like, really? You got to read your crowd, number one. Number two, remember, you don't got to be on no Bill Cosby corny stuff. Just always remember, there are things that you can say that sound just as nasty without curse words. It's like, oh yeah, I can say, oh yeah, I was with my girl and I was eating her putty, right? Or I can say, I got my girl back to the crib and I ate them groceries like it was Thursday. You get what I'm saying? Not a foul language used. No cursing. If you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. But at least you have that culpability that's not blockable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I seen boy walking down the street. I had to get him the left, right, left, right, left. LL Cool J, mama said, drop you, baby. It's anything. Said, I punched a pussy nigga in his face, or I punched a motherfucker, I shot the nigga. Or, what I'm saying? Oh, I had to give him the, I had to give him the little Susie 22. You know what I'm saying? Like anything. You don't know that I shot him with a 22 gun. Unless you're hit to the streets, and then I'll immediately want security to take you out of there. But that's only because if you don't like a joke, I don't want a little Susie 22 on my shoulder. I'm allergic to bullets. They like hurt or something. That's what I heard. That's word on the street. So before we get into our noodle of the week, any other topics or things on your mind there, Rolo?
What time is it? How we doing time-wise?
We are at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So what, we got 30 official minutes left to the show?
Yeah. I'm sitting here Pokemoning too, so that's why I'm
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this KeKe Palmer thing. We're going to get a Zelda Pokemon video game Volo update, and then we're going to close out with some final words. So let's see what we got going here. So we're going to play a video. I found a video here. Let me see. I'm going to set this back with one moment. One moment here, guys. I'm going to get their name because I want to give them the proper credit. And pause that there. And where we have video credit, fair use. I don't know why we saying fair Volo. We allowed to steal Volo stuff. That's the one cool thing about it. The algorithm, if your face is in the regular video and your face is in the video that you're playing, they don't mark you because your face is in it. Like, computers that smart. Ain't that crazy?
Oh, okay.
Yep. Let's put the whole title to the video there. Let's see a video because this is a short video. I'll try to pick short videos just to make the fair use respectable. Let me get the title in there here a little bit more. 1 second here. And then like that. And then save. We're going to bring that up. And then we're going to go here. Hit share. Screen. We're going to speak on our noodle of the week. We're going to let Boozy give some commentary and discuss our noodle of the week. And Boozy goes off on Usher for breaking up KeKe Palmer's relationship. KeKe Palmer recently was dressing a little frisky and dancing with Usher, and her boyfriend got mad and said some silly stuff on the internet to try to admonish her. And I think both of them were slipping, to say the least. And we'll discuss that afterwards. But let's hear what Boozy has to say. Also, shout out to All Urban Central from getting this video. Make sure you go there, like, share, subscribe, and see more videos and entire videos on different topics from them. And of course, let's check it out and see where we're going. Fair use, fair use. Let's get this bad boy up. And let's see what they got to say.
Here, right?
No rap.
Nah,
Yeah, that's correct. No correct.
Nah, correct. End of discussion.
Everybody in my DM about this Usher. Man, y'all know Usher out his top, man. Usher ain't sparing no, man. Usher ain't sparing no. Y'all know he out his top. Y'all know he'll sing a bitch draws up. Y'all set y'all self up, letting y'all lady go to that. I'm a street. If I got a bitch, she go up there. And looking at the eye like she ready to go, like she hypnotized. I'm gonna leave that bitch right there. Then wait at the room and but y'all know Usher out his top, man. Y'all, hey.
So pause on the first half of his text so we can comment on it and stuff like that because we're trying to do our commentary movie kind of thing. Do I got you on the screen too? No? Okay, that one doesn't work with you. Where's the one with you at? I need the one with you on. 1 second here. Let me see. Boom. All right, there we go. All right, so while we got it paused and whatnot, we got some commentary on it. What do you think about what he said so far as like, if let's say for some reason, Volo, you're married to some actress or some chick, and she's like, oh, you got the kid, you got a newborn baby. She's like, oh, I'm going to the Usher concert. And for whatever reason, on her social media or in front of her, she's on stage because she's somehow cool with it. And then she goes up there and she's like hugging all on him and all his face and hanging all over. She's out there with some sheer like buttless pants on, like she's Prince. What do you think would be your opinion of that situation? How do you think you would leave her right there, or would you work it out?
Married with a newborn?
Yep.
Why the fuck is she
not married? He's not married. I'm sorry.
I know. That's the whole kicker. That's what Sarge been.
Okay, so not married. Okay, so what do you say? If you're not married, what do you say?
You know what I'm saying? It's
tough.
It is. It's a tough situation.
No, I agree. It's tough. Like, I think more in-depth thought needs to be needed. So let's see what Boozy thinks about this scenario.
Do they got a boy or a girl together?
I think it's a little girl, but I can't tell. It's a very small baby. Thing like 6 to 8 months, man.
Yeah.
It's like one of those egg. I can't hold. Hold the back of his head because the neck is weak. One of them type of situations. Yeah. So shout out again to all Urban Central. Let's see what the rest of Boozy got to say here. Fair use.
You can't blame. Hey man, you setting yourself up, man. That's really all I gotta say. Shit.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I'm booked Saturday and Sunday. But Friday I'm open. I'll take a date, but it gotta be. I don't want it too far from Atlanta because I got my kids. So I'm gonna show you some love if you.
Hold on, let's pause this. Ain't Boozy about to go to jail with the feds?
Might be.
He's like, I'm trying to do these shows. I can't go too far. Why? Because of the ankle monitor? You got good position? And you still probably carrying weapons? Right? And couldn't even be smart enough to carry him in a separate car. Like, Boozy got all this money. So I want to talk on this too. Besides this, we passed KeKe Palmer. Matter of fact, we're going to do final comments on KeKe Palmer. Then we're going to talk about Boozy here. We finish this up.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't too far from the A.
You know what? That's good enough, man. I'm sitting here in this dumb mom. Shout out to Boozy. Anyway, so final words on KeKe Palmer and whatnot. Because basically, like you were saying, they weren't married. They should have did it. And the guy put it out on public. And my attitude is, I don't know if they lived together or if she like came over and like threw the baby at him like a football and then jogged back in the car and whatnot. But if they lived together, right? You telling me she walked out the house looking like that and you didn't say nothing? Your wife had sheer buttless chaps on. You didn't say nothing? Or your girlfriend, your baby mama, not your wife, your baby mama. You didn't say nothing. And then she goes out and she acts up. Mind you, I guarantee she came and showed you what she was wearing before she wrote. And you didn't say, no, baby, that look nice, right? And then she get there, she do what she do, acting up, having her cheeks all in the air, getting her mama cheeks on, mommy rehab with that gut and that flat behind she got. I don't know why. KeKe Palmer got a body built like a surfboard. But anyway, yeah, she ain't riding no surfboard Beyonce. She is the surfboard. She ain't like nothing but a lumpy surfboard. Allegedly. No shots. You cool, KeKe. Hey, light skin guy that just left it. Don't beat me up. You look kind of tall. You might have to good punch. Light skin dudes be angry. And that's why we get Malcolm X. Light skin dudes be militant. But that's my whole situation with that. So he put it out in public. Well, fam, you kind of like trying to get the whole world to make her act like, it's like when I used to date this light-skinned girl that was cute, and I could never get her to believe anything. So I always ask people around, like, hey, ain't that what happened? Ain't that what I said? And if they co-sign me, she would then bend to what I said. So he basically tried to do that, but he tried to do that with the whole internet. And my girlfriend used to hate that when I did that. Oh, one time she even attacked me physically. She's like, oh, you and that biznatch, y'all trying to gang up on somebody, huh? I'm like, what? Me, I don't even know this woman. I just was trying to win the argument because you were tripping. And he did the same thing. And that's where he's left his manhood at. If anything, you should have waited till she got home, and you should have been like on some straight up house party, sitting in the dark, smoking a cigarette. You don't even smoke. You smoking a cigarette. You don't even drink or smoke, and you smoking and drinking as she come in the house, and you sitting there in your tighty whities. Your dadanterans, as the prisoner said, you sitting in your tighty whities, drinking and smoking like, yeah. I said, you had a good time tonight. Now I just feel a little crazy and deranged. And then you have a talk with your lady about how she never going to do that again. And that's how he should have handled it. What do you think, Bolo? How should he have handled it?
Yeah, definitely you can't go public with it, but it is kind of like it's hard because it's everybody has their own, morality based upon whatever, laws they follow. So it's just going to naturally come out anyway. You know what I'm saying? And it is, trying to deal with social media, et cetera, et cetera. It's whack, You in the social media sense, you can't tell women what to wear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you like, well, men can't. You can't tell women what to wear. They wear what they want to wear.
You could tell them what to wear, but you have to do it in private, not in public. If anybody else sees you telling her, she's like, hold up, you ain't gonna tell me nothing in front of people. And whatnot. But if you get her alone and you say, hey, I don't mind you going out, but I don't want you're gonna draw a lot of bad attention with that. And yeah, nothing bad might happen. Let's say you out tonight, for some reason some drunk guy gets carried away and grabs you inappropriately. And I'm not there to defend you. I don't want you to draw that kind of attention. Could you at least wear some pants that aren't sheer? You don't got to change the whole outfit. Keep your little titty, keep your little boobies out. It's nothing wrong with having your equipment out. Women, that's the only tour they can legally put out. It's okay to have your equipment out. But I would have said, hey, babe, could you put on some, like, maybe some tight pants, but they're not see-through. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you, man, but you're dealing with the rational versus irrational.
And I know I wouldn't even put it up, but see, you know how he put it on. Oh, you're a mom, so you're supposed to act this way. That's what he messed up too. Don't do that, because that's just gonna fire up the feminist train. Don't put it on her being a mother. What you're supposed to do is say, babe, I don't want you drawing bad attention while I'm not there to protect you. What could you at least put on some pants that's not sheer for me? So some guy that gets drunk. There's going to be a lot of people at the concert. There's going to be a lot of people on drugs and alcohol that may be out of control. And I just don't want you to get into nothing while I'm not there. And I don't want you to be embarrassed or assaulted while I'm not around and drawing bad attention. And a lot of times she'll change that for you and go about her business. And she probably still did a little dancing and hugging thing, but at least it looks so bad when she then turned around and had her butt cheeks, flapping in the breeze like she was an airplane.
I didn't even see the video.
Yeah.
I just seen a little bit of it.
You know what the other flaw that guy made? He should have married a woman. How the hell you dating a famous singer, having unprotected sex with her, probably living together, and she must like you enough to let you put your thing in her and stay with her. and tell people she with you and have your daggone baby because she really probably just want a light-skinned baby. You know how it is. I don't want to get in my David Carroll mode. That light skin.
Yeah.
You know, we started with David Carroll. What do you call it? I don't even want to say it out now. He used to call it MUTT baby. He used to call him a DIRTY MUTT baby. David Carroll was a beast. He said that's what women want. They want a light-skinned pretty baby and whatnot. So maybe that's why she was with him and she didn't marry him and he didn't jump on it. And she got money, boy. Get you some severance pay, brother. Get your Kevin Federline on. You nut on them when you get them pregnant. Get your Kevin Federline on. Learn the game. I'm still looking for Britney Spears. I just found out Britney Spears is 41. She probably got 3 eggs left. I'm about to go to Vegas next week and put some in her drink. I'm allegedly. I would never do that, Britney Spears. But if I happen to be dating and she gets pregnant and she doesn't remember that's not what happened. Allegedly. But yeah, Britney Spears. I heard you 41. Shorty, I'm 47. Going to 48. Shorty, you little young thing in my eyes, girl. Shout out to Britney Spears, little young thing. I knocked that Wembanyama dude out. He kind of lanky, so I can fold him if necessary for touching my woman. So shout out to Britney Spears. You know what I'm saying? Oh, also, I was talking about Boozy, right? So Boozy is in trouble right now. He's under federal indictment for these guns he's been carrying, and he kept having his friends take it, and then he admitted it openly on Vlad, like a noodle. And whatnot. And then the government started following him and trying to catch him. They finally caught him with the gun in the car, right? Which of course is violates parole, things like that, and is even more illegal when you're in places like other states, right? So now they brought him in, and the feds only bring you in if they got you. They got like a 99% success rate. So he's probably gonna do 3 to 5 years. Easy. Right? So right now he's back out on parole doing his thing. And I was just like, Boozy has a lot of money. And I'm like, he goes to the mall and spends $30,000 on Versace and Gucci, has all this jewelry around his neck, smokes all this weed and drinks and has all these wooden people around him, right? How come you can afford to have 2 cars instead of 1 car? And then the second car is where you keep all your armed guards that are legally strapped. And all your thug homies that are like people that have records, y'all in the car together with nothing. You know what I mean? And even if y'all got like a little weed or whatever else, put that shit back there with the legal dudes. You know what I mean? And then so if anything does happen, the legal dudes can work their way out of it. They won't even check them. You? Now, this is easy money to spend. I only make about $60,000 a year, and if I stop doing this and having fun and living a life, I could afford a security detail with a car to follow me. Okay? So I don't understand that. What do you think about his laziness, even though he knows he's not supposed to be carrying, he knows he's on probation, he has all this money he talks about spending and blowing all the time, obscene money, $50,000 at a strip club, getting paid $10, $15, $20, $50,000 a month. His interviews are $10,000. So every time you get interviewed on a YouTube channel, they give him $10,000. What? Why do we basically walk ourselves into the trap? What do you feel about this, and do you think he should have done something like I suggested?
Yeah, it goes back to what we originally talked about as far as fighting this war. We lack the understanding that even our lawyers, probably his lawyers is on the same team as the.
Oh, they all friends. They all hang out with the judge and eat lunch together. It's just like politics. They eat lunch together. They've been doing cases together for 15 years, making deals. Hey, if you give me the first 2 dudes, I'll give you the third dude later on for 5 years. They deal with criminals like cards. You ain't know?
I mean, yup, I know. So all these agents are ex-lawyers, and you figure they would be helping them to understand that, because that is basic logic right there, which you said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they get caught out there, and then it's a systemic racism. It's a systemic system that's a systemic system, right?
Because what it is so let's speak about systemic racism and what's the noodle thing about that, because it's a double-edged sword. Yep. The systemic racism is set up. It's nothing we can do about it, just like affirmative action and things like that. What's going to change is what's going to change. You get what I mean? They might throw segregation back out there in 5 years, right? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Vote for me? You know what I'm saying? You want to stop it? I'll stop it. What you gonna do? Vote for me? No, you're not. You're gonna just keep voting for the same guys that's doing the stuff already, right? So it's as easy as starting our own party. So, for example, there's approximately 13 to probably 13% of the country, and it's probably more like 16 to 20 because a lot of people don't fill out their stuff, and there's a lot of mixed people that don't file. But we're probably 16 to 20% of the country, like just behind or equal with Latinos, but nobody registers, nobody gets counted, so it's a guess, right? That's about 40 million Black people. Probably more so, actually, probably 45 to 60 million, but we'll say it's 40 million Black people. Usually half of a population is an adult population. That is 20 million voting African Americans in this country. That is 20 million votes we have control of. And you're telling me if we didn't start our own third party that was all about Black rights and reparations and just all stuff with Black people, if we just simply went out as 20 million deep and voted for that party, they would get about 25, 30% in every major election. They would, and then once we start doing the debates, because we get so many votes from the Black people, you know what's going to happen? A bunch of non-Black people are going to hear our policies and like our stuff more than them. You're going to have racists voting for us. How hard is that to actually do, Volo?
They on the plantation, man.
But as far as complication and as far as what I just explained, how hard is what I explained to do? Knowing the Black history people and the Umars and those we have known since the beginning of our childhood that have been around, Public Enemies and all that stuff we talked and known. How hard is what I just asked us to do based on what you know about how much we talk about this kind of stuff? How hard should that be?
It shouldn't be that hard. There ain't nothing else to lose.
It should be downright easy, shouldn't it? It should be downright easy. I'm talking about 85% of Black people. We could have, out of those 20 million votes, we could have 16 million Black people tomorrow vote for one group, but nobody wants to do it. They'd rather, you know what they do? They'd rather not vote.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, if you took 20% of the vote away from them in a political election, let the rest of the country vote who they are, and they noticed that 16% of the vote was just missing. And they was like, yeah, who got 16%? Because if you get more than, I think it's 3 or 5% in a presidential election, your party is automatically included in all the next ballots, all 50 states, and you're put in all election debates, no matter what, as a top contender. And all we need is 5%. 5% vote. Do you think that 20 million Black people, if they actually care, could get 5% of the vote?
Yeah, but
But how hard would that be? It'd be that easy. But all I want to do is save Black people.
They don't even like hitting the like button, man.
Because they think the government's watching. They're the government watching. Man, I ain't gonna find nothing mess with Mr. C. It's already people reporting this stream right now. Like Mr. C is anti something.
They don't want to share. They don't want to subscribe.
And we get views. People watching the clouds. That's one thing I learned when I first started getting on Facebook. I used to think that nobody was looking at. You know how you got your posts you do, and there's people nobody really likes them. It seems like nobody looks at them, right? You may look at your reels and see a lot more activity, but I'm gonna tell you, it hasn't probably happened to you yet. But dog, I used to post a lot of stuff, not as aggressive, but a lot of stuff like you did, and pushing, just and push, and then. One day, I don't know what it was. I was complaining about it or something like that. And no bullshit. I got 3 DM inboxes from people that never liked. They told me they look at all my stuff. One guy told me, I look at all your stuff. I just don't like it because it's kind of aggressive. Another dude told me, he says he gets all his current news from me. And whatnot. And another person was like, nah, man, keep putting it up, man. It's even worth it, right? 3 people who never hit like, who never comment. So they're out there, Volo.
Yeah, I know. With me, I'm more hands-on. I'm out in the street and meeting everybody. And they tell me,
They're out there. They're out there. They just don't.
They'll hit it once in a while.
Go ahead.
They'll hit like once in a while. No,
like I said, these people never hit. I'm talking about they never hit like, bro. ever. Like the people that DM me, I was like, I've never seen this name like a single post I've ever put up. But when I put up a post about something I was mad about or thinking about stop making these kind of posts, whatever else about the likes and I got private inboxes about it. And and none of them were people I've known before I got on the internet. They were all people that found me through the internet.
No.
So there's probably a couple of people now. You might not want to meet these people because the first thing I'm going to say to you, it puts the lotion on. But if you meet them, because they like your post Bolo, they got to be a little something, right? It's like I learned everything from Bolo. Like, oh my God, somebody called the cops. Bolo was my God. Oh no, Lord God, no. I know. So that's Boozy. Any final words on Boozy and all the kind of stuff people do to fall into the system?
Nah, Boozy's Boozy. I never, he's out of control.
Excellent. Any final words on KeKe Palmer and her baby daddy?
Yeah, I really, I try to let the women have their own space. I'll share Danica. I can't even share Michi X no more, but I do check her out. But I hit the like button, unlike most people. I do hit the like button.
Michi just recently quit doing community work. She says she's no longer doing community work because she's sick of everybody hating. Okay. If she dropped out 60 pounds and was 20 years younger, I'd take her down. And stop being all mean. She mean, but she probably got that good mean coochie. Ooh, just violently good. Just angrily good. Just got teeth and everything. Just go ahead. Let it bite. Fuck it. She got a grip. Allegedly. Shout out to Michi X. All due respect, sister. Black power. And whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Dr. Umar to hear this and then show up at my door after he comes out of one of the whorehouses down the street from me in LA. Allegedly. So that's it. What else do we have today? We got KeKe and her baby daddy. They're going to work it out, but they should have worked it out behind closed doors. I believe they will get back together, actually. Once KeKe Wyatt goes out there and she gets with a couple of dudes that look like they should be in or out of jail, or unless she's because she's going to bang Future, right? And after she bangs Future, she's going to come back to her baby daddy. She's going to say, I'm sorry, baby, for bashing you in the public. I said, they never did you like that. I will be a housekeeper girl in the morning. I will cook your breakfast and I'll get you ready for work. I will be a housekeeper girl. So that's what KeKe's baby daddy is going to be saying. And we got about 4 minutes left in our scheduled part of the show. Did you have any other topics or things you want to talk about, Bolo?
What is it? Noodle Free Monday?
Noodle Free Mondays. Watch out there now, boy.
It's.
How are you supposed to know?
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, let's find the words.
It was fun. It's noodle free. Need KeKe. Whatever. Y'all get it together. You and your baby daddy. Shay Norey. You ever heard of her? Young girl. She's a rapper. MC from Shay Norey.
And she's a rapper?
Yeah, she's a rapper. I shared her on what's the name. She got married 2 weeks ago. She's like top 5 to me, MC.
Oh, she got married. She trash.
Nah, she's nice, man. She's nice, but she recently got married. She's a young 20-something-year-old lady.
I see Nori. I don't see no Chez?
Chenorier.
Oh, Shay Noir?
Yeah, Shay Noir. You got to say it French like.
Well, actually, did you know my last name Anthony is a French root?
Oh, for real?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So
right,
you
let's
want
look at
them
a piece of
Creole?
her
You want them
song.
Creole boys?
Let's look at a piece of her. First, let's give her credit. 1 second. Let's look at a piece of Shay Noir's music. We're only going to play 30 seconds for fair use purposes so we don't get in any trouble here. And then we'll just play a few seconds of it. I gotta bring it up. Fair use. And then we gotta bring the song title. Veracruz. Veracruz. That's something the Latinos say, but I never know what it means. Veracruz. Veracruz. It sounds like a boxer. Martino Veracruz. I guess he's not a boxer. Okay. I'm sorry. Don't cancel me. That was insensitive. All right, so we're going to play 30 seconds of this for fair use purposes, so we're not going to go past that, so we stay within the fair use laws. I'm only playing 30 seconds of the video, YouTube. Don't be mean to me. Oh, wait, I got to get to past the commercial, because the commercial is hating on a real brother. And I'm going to skip forward to a part where she looked like she rapping. And then I'm going to get there, I'm going to start her from there once I see where I'm at. Boom, boom. Oh, there she go. Okay. All right, looks like she starts rapping right there. So we're going to only play 30 seconds of this for fair use so we can introduce people to Shay Noir. I'll go follow her page. Much credit to her. Check out her music. We're going to play. We're at the 10-second mark, and I'm only going to the 30-second mark. I'm 20, 35. I'm playing less than 30 seconds of this. So it is fair use for education and stuff like that, okay? All right, good.
Sign the lines like children who color. I paint scriptures and idle minds. Repent to recover. She spent, I say, a lot of time to prove she was others. So much truth as they idolize. But if you look under the L's, these will be sodomized. Cause shit be so ass. I say, fuck it a lot of times. And you see the cash, but that's soon to be compromised. Cause if you possess even a share of your profit rise. I say I'm the best, but they standing like
There we go. And there's 30 seconds of it. Stop sharing. Fair use, keep it clean. Don't give me YouTube. Good. That's 30 seconds, YouTube. That was good. That was good. I was 25 seconds. You can't hit me for no flags and no non-fair use stuff. The 25 seconds, then fair use principles, 30 seconds is what you allow, man. I know how to keep it real in these streets, cuz. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I'm like a producer. I'm a producer, man. I'm like the producer to tell you he got a good deal going, but he need to borrow $30 first. You know?
Well, she just released a new album. I didn't get a chance to check it out yet.
Nice.
Her first album that I heard was with Apollo Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had her album like a year ago called Food for Thought, which is pretty good. So, and then she just got married maybe 2 weeks ago. And
she just got married. Oh, she trash. I can't rest with her. She garbage, man. Where's Glorilla at? Where's Sexy Red at? Where's that Sukiana? You know what I was thinking? You know how like us older guys, we like know that the hip hop is out of control. The rapping ain't so good and the lyrics are out of control, right? And I was like, you know what? Let me think about it sometimes. And I said, you know what? If I was 19 years old, would I like Sukiana? And I was like, yeah, I probably would. I probably would like Glorilla. Because I think, you know what they remind me of? It's like Little Kim and the Brat and the Boss had a baby. You know what I mean? You had like the Brat and the Boss that had the gangster element with them. But then you had Little Kim and Foxy Brown that had the sexual element. And I like the Brat. I like the Boss. I like Little Kim. I like Foxy Brown. And we even used to like Trina. Right? So you take them and you mold a fan of them together. Because me, I'm a combination of Busta Rhymes, KRS-One, little Nas, little K, you know what I mean? Little Chuck D, little Curtis Blow, little singing, you know what I mean? Or Mike Jackson. So you take somebody that's a fan of Trina, a fan of Little Kim, you know what I mean? What would she come out like as a rapper? A gangster, sex-obsessed woman, right? Even Little Kim and Foxy Brown, their voices was deeper than me and yours right now. So think about that next time we say something bad about these terrible, terrible current rappers out there. Because they can't, none of them rap. Oh my God, the girl Sexy Red is the worst female rapper I've ever heard in my life. Sukiana is the third worst. And Glorilla is actually not so bad, but it's only because her voice is so deep and so hard, it makes her terrible rapping sound good. But shout out to them ladies for being misguided. They need a strong black man like Dr. Umar to lead them to queendom. Any other final words, Willow?
No, that's about it tonight, man. Check me out on Volo Television, Volo M Tautology on Facebook, and the Metaverse. I'm Volo Tautology, I think. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Volo
Wait!
Tautology.
Stop!
What's that?
Pause.
Great, great.
I need a Zelda video game. Pokemon report.
Oh, Pokemon. I'm trying to get to level 30 on with all my characters. I'm fighting with Bamblin right now. Level 27. I'm trying to get him at the level 30. That way, me and my son battle tomorrow. It's I'm trying to get back into the flow of it. I'm trying to catch them all. How many do I have? I don't know. Maybe 40 Pokemon. I don't know how many's in the game. What else is there to report? With Zelda, I think I'm about to get my 7th heart. You're thinking about it too, Emo? And we got to do we ain't do the word of the day.
Get it down.
What's your name again? Ziggy. What's the word of the day?
Okay, here is the word of the day from the SAT Word of the Day skill.
Today's SAT prep word of the day is deleterious. It means something that is harmful or damaging, and it's spelled DELETERIOUS. Here's how you use deleterious in a sentence. Because I know smoking is deleterious to your health, I'll never smoke. If you're enjoying your SAT word of the day, check out our slang word of the day skill. Just ask Alexa to enable slang word of the day to start learning new words.
Well, number one, I just want to say I'm insulted at the structural racism because they knew I was smoking and they want to assault somebody. How dare you talk about what you want to? You ain't better than me. I do what I want. Okay, number one. Number two, deleterious, an outstanding word. I can use that as a sentence. KeKe Palmer's recent activities at the Usher concert was deleterious to her relationship. Deleterious. All right, slang word of the day.
Ziggy, enable slang word of the day.
Okay, here's slang word of the day.
Today's slang word of the day is IDRK. It's an acronym that stands for I don't really know. Here's how you use it in a sentence. IDRK what I think about the ending of the new Avengers movie. Enjoying your slang word of the day from your dictionary? Please leave us a review in the Alexa app.
Okay. IDRK. I don't really know. I can use that in a sentence. IDRK, why anybody in their right sane mind would go up and KeKe Palmer without protection and then tell yourself trying to check her boo on public internet instead of checking her boo on the way out the house. IDKR. So excellent. Oh, I came up with a new thing for Volo to add. I need a hip-hop song of the day, Volo.
A hip-hop song of the day?
Yeah, classic, whatever.
I don't want to say that. I'm trying to,
anything. Your whole purpose of your thing with the kid in that game was to teach people hip hop history. So why don't you do that? Like your favorite song in high school.
Well, we all right. We'll start with that one then. Eric B is president. Eric B is president. That gave us our first presidential DJ, which is why we shouldn't be caught up in these two different political systems fighting each other over ignorance. Eric B is the president, and in that track he says, "My mind remains refined with all kinds of ideas. It's self-esteem that makes you think that my thought took years to build."
There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Hip hop word of the day. Shout out to Volo M Tautology as we close it out. Of course, I'm Mr. Seating Force, aka Poppy Carl, the bad boy. I hope everything's white with Mr. BAS, the technician, and Wabi, the guide. I'm sure they out there doing their things, moving in these cold streets, hanging it down. It's also hot as a stinking butthole in Philadelphia, so they might not want to go sit out in the whip and sweat to death and probably not run the gas all night for the AC. So we're going to check it out. Once again, I always like to close my shows out. Make sure you check out our other shows on Wednesday. We have the My Part of Town podcast, which is focused mostly on Philadelphia, but really just about city life and anywhere your city is from. Call us, check us out, tell us about it, like, share, subscribe. If you ever in the comments you want to come on the show and talk about the topics we're talking on, let us know. We'll shoot you the link so you can come on. And as long as you have clothes on, we'll talk to you. Also on Saturdays, we have the Volo and B-Head show, aka the Volo and Butthead show. And I am Butthead, aka Sir Butthead. And that's on this Saturday. That show is all about technology, AI, math, the future, robotics, and its potential and what's going on right now. And we want to talk about technology. Volo explains it in a very complicated way. As you can see, he has a robot planning his deletion as we speak on the screen. And then as he explains everything, and it's extremely confusing, I, as Butthead, will put it in layman's terms and bring it down to a level where, people will, who got an 1100 on their SATs like me can understand it. All right. So also, let's close it out. Remember always, guys, that love is good. Life is better. And no matter what it is, you have plenty of time because tomorrow is always a day for redemption. Do something that's going to make it last forever. And that's Noodle-Free Mondays. And we covered a lot of great stuff today. Clip this thing up. Send something to World Star. I probably said some really funny stuff. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, somebody need to clip it up. I'm gonna clip my own stuff and send it. Make a fake account. Get my Hunter Biden on. All right. Be in the broadcast. Yeah.